I can see clearly now the lane is gone. YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Big Beard B, and we are back for another edition of Big Beard Business. Today I'm here with a very special fragrance, one that I think a lot of you are going to enjoy, specifically if we have the same sense of style when it comes down to fragrances. The fragrance comes from the house of Xerjoff, and this one is Xerjoff's Torino21. Fuck the box. Listen, that was my impression of tennis. Now, if you don't know anything about the fragrance or this partnership here, the fragrance comes from, again, Xerjoff, and this was Torino21, but this one is based upon the Torino 21 or 2021 tennis tournament. Now, that tennis tournament is held in Italy, or was held in Italy, and it is like the second highest tennis tournament. I'm not a huge fan of tennis, but I could picture myself wearing this at a luxury sporting event, and I will tell you all about it. Now, this fragrance was sent to me by my good friends over at TwistedLily.com, so be sure to check them out for all your luxury fragrance and niche shopping needs. Now, I don't have a relationship with Xerjoff, and I did request this fragrance in from them, so I'm going to tell you all about it and how this fragrance makes me feel. Now, according to Xerjoff, Torino21 is a fragrance that is fresh and sophisticated and really does a masterful job at combining the notes of mint, basil, thyme, rosemary, but there's also musk, lemon, and verbena in here, just to name a few. And what I will tell you is that on first whiff, I was boom blown away by this fragrance, man. I was like, wow, I can see clearly now the lane is gone. I think that's how the song goes. But no, man, all jokes aside, let me tell you what I get with this fragrance. Now, to me, on first spray of Torino21, this one opens up with this healthy blend of basil and lemon. And the lemon within this fragrance, to me, and I have to kind of talk about this because anytime I mention lemon, specifically at the top of fragrance, some people think of cleaners, and obviously with the house of Xerjoff, that's not what you're going to get. Now, when I think of basil as an herb, I think of this sweet, fresh, flavorful herb, which is used in cooking. But with this fragrance, I think it adds those components to it, right? With that lemon there, provides a little subtle freshness, and it also provides a tad bit of sweetness there as well that I think kind of downplays that lemon to make it more of a smooth lemon that is really enjoyable. Now, in addition to the lemon within this fragrance, on that first spray, and one of the reasons why I wanted this, I began to get some of that mint as it transitions from the top into the mid of this fragrance. Now, when I smelled this fragrance, I thought of a few other fragrances that don't smell like this, but I was like, man, this smells like a super blend of three fragrances that I really enjoy. But it's like you blend these three fragrances together and then you shoot it with some type of super serum, and it takes it to a whole nother level. And the three fragrances that I'm thinking of: Amouage Enclave, obviously there's that mint there. I think of Parfum de Marly, and I think of Maison Margiela's Under the Lemon Tree. Now, I'm not saying that this fragrance smells exactly like any of those, but I think that if you combine those three fragrances together as a collective, added again some super performance perspective to this thing and amped it up a bit, that's what you'll get with this. But if you enjoy any of those fragrances, I think you are going to love this one like a lot. Now, you guys know I'm a huge fan of Parfum de Marly, but this thing here is listen, the way it kind of combines everything, that mint in here is done well, that lemon is done extremely well, and this thing does work off of my skin. It just jumps off, and that's really good for a citrusy fragrance. Now, another thing that I do enjoy about this fragrance is that citrus quality within this fragrance really doesn't just leave at the top. This one does go throughout the life of this fragrance, which is something that I enjoy, and it's something that is atypical when it comes down to fragrances like this. Now, I talk about the citrus a lot in this fragrance, but it's not a completely holistic citrus scent. In the mid of this fragrance, you get some jasmine, you get some rosemary, you get some lavender, and then there's also some black currant here. So that does change the perspective of the scent just a bit. And then in the base there, you're gonna get that musk and that verbena. This fragrance to me does a fresh, crisp, clean vibe that is also extremely elegant in its approach, because that's what Xerjoff does. But with that elegance, it's this refined elegance that still comes off extremely sporty. When I mentioned earlier in this video that I could see myself wearing this one to a sporting event, a little bit different than tennis is when I was in Florida from time to time, I would go to the Arnold Palmer golf tournament, right? And we had these boxes set up there. That way it's not too hot for us, you know, you get some food, etc. But this one here is one that I would wear to a situation like that. You can be transitioning from indoors and outdoors, and this fragrance is going to really transition extremely well from a temperature controlled environment into a outdoorsy vibe. And here's one of the things that I do enjoy about this fragrance specifically is that when I take this fragrance out, it still works and lasts. At times when you're wearing a fragrance, if you're spending too much time outdoors, specifically fragrances that kind of smell a little bit sporty, you come in smelling like the outdoors. And that's not what you get with this fragrance. You get something that is very long lasting, very high quality for what this fragrance is. Obviously, that's what we can expect with Xerjoff. The musk within this fragrance is not an overpowering musk, and that verbena in the base allows that citrus and fruity nature to live on within this fragrance. And it's one that I am super excited to wear in the spring, and I'm also super excited to wear it in the summer as well, as I think that this fragrance is really going to come to life there. In terms of longevity for this fragrance, I think 8 hours is going to be something you can look at, 6 to 8 hours on this one, which is good. And then in terms of the projection, right, how long is this fragrance going to really reach out and touch people, I would say for about the first 2 to 3.5 hours or so is where you can experience that. Would I be upset with spraying more on this one? No, I wouldn't be. That's just me though. I feel like you could go on and do a few different sprays on this one. 3 to 7 is what I would say on average, but if you wanted to creep into that 10 to 12 space, then go ahead and do you. All right, you could definitely do that. Now, not everyone would going to be happy, but you could truly do that, and I think you would be okay. A magnificent scent. Xerjoff has yet to disappoint me from the fragrances that I've smelled from them, and I don't think this one is a redundant buy if you're thinking of the citrusy fragrances within their collection. I think this one really stands on its own, and listen, once you get that one, you're going to understand why I'm so excited about that fragrance. So listen, that's all I have for you guys and girls out there today. As always, I'm your boy, Big Beard B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Just hit the goddamn bell.